Let's go live to the Independent, Senator David Pocock, who joins us a week out from the budget. A lot to talk about. I want to start, though, with one issue I know that you took up with the government. That was about requiring the states to be transparent about their road safety data. Looks like there's been a win here. You must welcome that.
I do welcome this announcement that states and territories will now be working together to release this data. It's a massive issue right across the country, and having met with people here in the ACT who've lost loved ones in road accidents, tragic stories, and we collect all this data and no one sees any visibility of what's actually happening around the country. So great to see the government come good on this. This is something that advocates and the Automobile Association have been pushing for years, and certainly something that I've been pushing the government on for a while now.
Yeah, I know you did push the government to, as part of some recent negotiations, to say to the states, look, we'll keep funding you, but you've got to tell us what roads are safe, what roads aren't. Because if you don't have that transparency, and as you said, good on Catherine King for delivering on this, but if you don't have that transparency, it just becomes ripe for pork barrelling road funding.
It does. I mean, this is one of the arguments behind it, is knowing which roads do need to be upgraded. The Commonwealth gives the states and territories billions and billions of dollars for roads. My argument, and it's great to see the minister now pushing this, is that as part of that funding, they should be giving the road data back so that we can see what's happening on our roads. What's happening in terms of accidents, what are the police reports saying, and how do we actually deal with the road trauma and road deaths that we're seeing?
Yeah, 100%. It's a no-brainer. It's good to see some progress on that front. There's been progress on the higher education debt issue, something you've been advocating. Again, you congratulated Jason Clare, but in the same breath, you think he's falling short, basically. What else needs to happen here?
Well, we've seen some really welcome pre-budget announcements around the change of the rate of HECS indexation, which is great, but doesn't go far enough, and then introducing paid placements for teachers, nurses, and social work students, which again is good, but doesn't go far enough. And I think there's a range of issues with them. The first one, and I'm really hoping that we'll see changes to this in the budget, when it comes to HECS indexation, the timing that it's indexed really matters. At the moment, we're indexing on the 1st of June, which means that everything that's been paid in the almost year before that doesn't get taken off your debt when it's indexed. We wouldn't allow banks to charge interest on repayments that people have already made to the bank. So why do we allow the ATO to charge students essentially interest on money that they've already paid back to the Australian government, to the ATO? So that absolutely needs to change. And then on the paid placements, great to see. This only starts mid next year, and there's a range of other degrees that require paid placements, and we need to see them covered. We also need to look at the rate. It is a very low rate. It's tough to live on. But in the whole conversation around HECS and student debt, we have to put reforming job-ready graduates front and centre. This was a change that the Morrison government made. It was slammed at the time, and since then, universities and students have called for this to be reformed. It's not a fair system, and it's saddling students, some of them for a lifetime of debt.
Well, the minister did indicate that's part of the next phase of changes or reform. We will keep an eye on that, and no doubt you will too. We'll talk to you soon, David Pocock. Appreciate it.